Hello and welcome to News Now. I am Omobolanle Adeshui. We begin with news that President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday held a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of the Great Britain, where he again reiterated his resolve to respect the maximum term limit in the Nigerian constitution. Femi Adesina, the President's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, who confirmed this in a statement in Abuja, said the meeting was held on the margins of the 26th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM, in Kigali, Rwanda. The presidential aide said the UK Prime Minister, obviously not quite familiar with Nigeria's maximum two-term limit, had asked if President Buhari would run for office again. Responding to Johnson's question, the Nigerian president said he has no intention of going for another term, noting that the first person who tried it didn't end very well. On the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, not being allowed to see his lawyers privately, the president dispelled such insinuations. He said the detained separatist was being given every opportunity under the law to justify all the uncomplimentary things he had been saying against Nigeria in Britain. UK Prime Minister said he was delighted about the good news on trade between the two countries, adding that the UK was further reducing tariffs on some goods going to Nigeria. And the Supreme Court on Friday struck out a suit filed by President Muhammadu Buhari and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, voiding the provisions of Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022. President Buhari and Malami had filed a suit on April 29 before the Apex Court through a group of private lawyers, including Lateef Fagbemi, SAN. A seven-member bench of the Supreme Court, led by Musa Dattijo Muhammad, unanimously struck out the suit, describing it as an abuse of court process. Justice Alkmaye Agim, who delivered the lead judgment, held that the president, having earlier assented to Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022, cannot turn around to approach the court to strike it down. Agim rules that, quote, there is no provision in the Constitution that vests the president the power to challenge the constitutionality or desirability of a legislation after he has assented or denied his assent. In this case, the president gave his assent, end of quote. He affirmed that the request by Buhari to the National Assembly to delete the provision amounted to constitutional violation. And the Court of Appeal, Ibadan Division, has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the federal government against the 20.5 billion naira damages awarded in favor of Sunday Adeyemo, also known as IGBOHO, against the Department of State Services. IGBOHO'S counsel, Chief Yomi Aliyu SAN, told journalists after court session that the case had been adjourned for judgment. He said the court would communicate the exact date for the judgment to the parties in the suit. An Oyo State High Court, presided over by Justice Labiran Akintola, had on September 17, 2021, awarded 20 billion naira damages against the DSS for invasion of IGBOHO'S residence at the Soka area of Ibadan on July 1, 2021. IGBOHO escaped death in the bloody invasion by the secret police, which led to the killing of 2 persons and destruction of his property. And the House of Representatives has called on the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to commence reconstruction of the road network from Wanihem-BENUE Border Road and Mbube East 1 and 2 to the boundaries of Obudu in Cross River State. It also mandated its Committee on Works to ensure compliance with the resolution. This was equal to the adoption of a motion moved by Honorable Jude Ogbeche Ngaji on the need to construct Yahi, Wanakom, Wanikade, Wanihem, Benue Border Road and Mbube East 1 and 2, Cross River State on Thursday. The lawmaker noted that Cross River State has an enviable history of tourist attraction in Nigeria, yet poor rural roads have resulted in exorbitant vehicle operating costs and unquantifiable travel times. Chairman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association, Ibadan Depot, Bukola Mutiu, has urged the federal government to checkmate the monopoly of private depot owners which, if left unchecked, could attract a rise in the price of premium motor spirit. The petroleum dealer gave this warning in Ibadan during a chat with journalists.
They said there's no petrol. I said, why? They said they want to increase the pump price. To what? They didn't tell us, but I couldn't get the petrol. So we don't know the situation of this country as it were now. So assuming we know now, we'll know who to ask or who to answer that we didn't know now. But it's so intense that we can't even move out, we can't go to work. Our children cannot go to school now in Ibadan.
The fuel scarcity to be stopped now because we are facing a lot of problems on this scarcity. So we are employing the government, the people of the government to let this scarcity to be stopped.
As of today, it's only NNPC that is importing to this country. No other source, no other person can claim that is importing a liter to this country. So if NNPC is importing and they are not increasing any price, the top management of PPMC and NNPC are not increasing any price from anywhere. But they should checkmate the private depot that they are just increasing price within themselves. And because they are doing that because of the monopoly they have on the, you cannot get it somewhere else. The price we are selling as at yesterday of 180 is because of the product we bought at 159 naira per liter without transport.
And Lagos is the second worst city to live in the world, according to an annual report from The Economist. The city is only ahead of Damascus, the capital of war-torn Syria, which retained its place as least livable city on the planet. Meanwhile, the Austrian capital, Vienna, made a comeback as the world's most livable city. The Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, was not included this year after Russia invaded the country in late February, while Russian cities, Moscow and St. Petersburg, fell in the rankings over censorship and the impact of Western sanctions. Vienna snatched the top spot from Auckland, which tumbled down to 34th place due to coronavirus pandemic restrictions, according to the report by the Economist Intelligence Unit, EIU. And Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde says his administration will continue to maintain the religious harmony and peaceful coexistence in the state, despite the religious diversity in the state. The governor, while receiving the members of Nigeria Interreligious Council, led by the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Alhaji Sa'ad Abubakar III, and the President, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, His Eminence Reverend Dr. Shukbo Ayokunle, at the Executive Council Chambers, Governor's Office, Secretariat Ibadan, said that Oyo State has remained peaceful despite its diversity.
There is interreligious education, the better we are, because there are some misgivings about each religion, which some bad elements amidst us capitalize upon and miseducate others, so that it will be as if these two religions, these two Abrahamic religions, are opposed to each other. This type of thing we have always risen against at the Nigerian Interreligious.
If you tolerate me, there's nothing you can do to me, because you tolerate me and I can go my way, you can go your way. But if you understand me, you can come close to me and we work together. And that will be a better way to live as one big family.
Our people, they live together. They are looking for what to eat. They are looking how to make life better for themselves and their next generation. But we, the elites, we want to gain political power. And what do? We try to create division across the ethnic lines. We try to create division along the religious lines.